Did you know that people with a divorced friend are 147% more likely to be divorced than people whose friends' marriages are intact? And if your sibling is divorced, you're 22% more likely to also get one. These statistics are staggering. So how do you stay clear of this ripple effect? Amber Rogers, founder of DIVAS, which is Divorcing Independent, Very Able Survivors, has tips. And what are your great tips?
Well, Amy, thank you for the great introduction.
Those are huge statistics.
They're huge.
Where
it surprised
do these
me.
statistics come from?
Harvard University did a study on it along with Brown University, and that's actually where the statistics came from. They were surprising to me as well, but I think that you're not going to break up a happy marriage. Bottom line is, you can't catch it by touching somebody, but if you do not treat your marriage like your best asset or your most important asset, your marriage will fail. People take care of their homes, their children, their jobs, but they're not taking care of their marriages, and that's the #1 issue, really. Number 2, don't go off and talk to your girlfriends when you're having problems with your spouse. You need to communicate that directly with them. And somebody used a great analogy today, and it was, you wouldn't talk to somebody about money advice if they're going through a bankruptcy, right? So it's probably not best to talk about your relationship problems with somebody who's going through a divorce.
Yeah.
So you really need to communicate that.
I think that's very good. And the other thing is, when your marriage is a very private thing.
Yes.
And to go talk about the faults and the flaws. If I'm going out and talking about how bad my husband is or the flaws, I need to leave him so he can go find somebody who will treat him
good
right.
for him. Exactly. And it's really hard. I think a lot of people, when problems arise, they don't get help immediately. They wait until there's resentment, or they're out talking to your girlfriend, kind of like what you said. It's adding fuel to the fire. Like, girl, I wouldn't put up with that. And so you want to, when issues arise, go get a relationship coach. Go to your church. Find a marriage help there. But seek help. Every marriage goes through some type of trauma. So it's just really important to seek out the right help.
How did you become... You're kind of an expert on this. You've helped like thousands of people.
Thousands of people.
How did you get so smart?
Well,
learning the hard
it's
way?
through my experience, and I'm an avid reader. I've read a lot about relationships, and Dr. Phil, I mean, he's got great tips, but
in your own life,
in helping so many, I've seen where these marriages are falling apart.
How about your marriage?
My marriage, exactly. I know what I did wrong, and one of the things I did wrong was I didn't communicate my needs directly to him. And I even saw in my own life, when I was going through my divorce, I was around other people who were going through a divorce. And had I known what I know now, people always ask me, do you regret getting divorced? And I say, I regret not taking better care of my marriage.
Right, right.
So by the time we were in counseling, it was already, shattered. So I regret not being a better communicator with my spouse. So I think you learn a lot of times off of experience, and then, like I said, just helping other people overcome their issues. So, and, the other thing, like I said, I mean, just really go out and get help before you're in trouble.
Right.
And, marriage is worth fighting for.
It
and
is.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for.
Yes.
And they say that most people, I mean, everybody comes in their marriage, they're going to have problems. It's just going to happen.
Right.
But if you stay together, they say most couples that stay together say after 5 years that they're very glad they didn't get divorced.
I think that's really true in a lot of cases. A lot of times, though, people are marrying like it's a sport. They're marrying for the big party because you look good on somebody's arm. So I don't think they're taking seriously exactly what it's all about.
It's true.
It's about, you know what I'm saying? It's
I
kind
agree
of like,
with you 100%.
And so divorce has become a sport.
Well, if divorce is contagious, so is marriage, and these people are like, okay, I'm 25, everybody around me is getting married, I guess this is the person I should marry, and they're not looking at the long-term effects and what is that partnership going to look like in 5 to 7 years, because that's when we usually see the initial split.
And marriage should not happen unless you have gotten out of this, what'll I get, what'll he give me,
right,
as opposed to what can I give him, what can I give each other.
It's all, if you continually focusing on giving, you will receive back.
And you've had a
eventually.
long marriage with Bill, and you were child.
I have.
How old were you all when you?
He was 28, I was 23, and we did go through a period where a lot of our friends were divorcing, feuding, fighting, a lot of affairs, things like that. And I feel like it is a little contagious. You know, if you got somebody constantly telling you every day how bad things are at home for them, you start looking around going, was it bad for me? And maybe it is bad for me. And then on the contrary, I've had friends who have really strong, good relationships, and those are the people you want to gravitate to, because they start making you realize, hey, my guy's good too.
Yes.
I do have a good man, or I'm a good woman, and we together we make a great marriage. So I think it's also important to surround yourself with friends.
With good examples of what you want your relationship.
Whether they be older, longer marriages, or immediate friends. Just surround yourself.
Are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not.
Well, there's a lot of cute guys around here. You're not, or have you become real picky?
No, I really love where I'm at in my life, and you know, when I'm ready or when this perfect guy comes knocking on my door.
Thank you so much for your time and all your good advice. It's very much appreciated. All right, for details on Diva, go to our website, thebroadcasttv.com, and then just click on today's links. Next, get ready to ooh and ah. The SPCA is here to show us some adorable, adoptable pets and to talk about a contest that your pup could win. So stick around.